And we are live. It's T-minus 28 minutes until we get ourselves round 19, COTA, the US Grand Prix. And it's going to get techie then techie things. Of course, we've got to talk about McLaren, papaya-coloured rules and all that gubbins. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Repercussions. What are they talking about? Well, Ted Kravitz has told us. It's going to get techie over the next 28 minutes. I make no excuse for that. I would apologise. But the soon-to-be five-time champion apologises to absolutely no one. What are we saying, Joe? Puppet, it is going to get to... I swear, I can't wait. There's nothing like a race day, eh? Listen, if you're an F1 fan, no better time to be alive than now. This is peak F1, is it not? Lest we forget the gap in the championship between a fire-breathing dragon, soon-to-be five-time champion, the one that they call Max Goat. 55 points to OJP, and OJP's all over the gaff, isn't he? Mark Beats, you're a legend. Appreciate gifting memberships all the time. Absolute legendary settings, and I'm humbled for that. Here's why it's techie. Because Ted Kravitz on the notebook yesterday said that repercussions means that every single qualifying sessions between now and the end of the season, 6 races remaining, Oscar Piastri is going to be treated as if he is the #1 driver over humanity. That's techie than techie things. Remember we spoke ad infinitum about these guys potentially putting their finger on the weighing scale too much. It's chaos, chat. What are McLaren doing? The racing gods won't look too favourably upon such excessive meddling and egalitarianism. It's not a good look. Oh, the humanity indeed. Dynamite, he says, how are we doing? It doesn't matter how you are doing. OJP midfield is one to watch into turn 1. Here's the problem though, as far as these cars, McLaren, Sir Charles Edward, absolute goated settings always. Wouldn't rather be any other place in the world than with you. I expect Lando to perform the blood sacrifice and put Maximilian off straight away. I don't think he's got it in it. Sir John, you're a legend as well. I don't think Lando's got it in him. Go on, let's talk about it. Max Verstappen has got the most to lose, being 55 points adrift of the lead, right? Lando Norris, 20-something points, 22 points adrift. I mean, he's got to kind of play it safe. What he can't afford to do is DNF. The only bod on the grid who can afford a cheeky DNF or 2 or 3 is the one that they call Oscar Jack Piastri, right? 22 points to the good. 55 points to the good as versus Max Verstappen. I just don't know. Jomo, you're a legend. This is going to get chaos. Yeah, listen, I don't know where we've currently got ourselves a cheeky Martin Brundle grid walk. I'm not invested in the grid walks anymore. Happy Diwali. You're a legend. You're a legend. Very much. Happy Diwali for all of you guys that are celebrating. Who's this on the grid with Martin Brundle? And why don't we talk about some proper things? Sir Martin Brundle. 316 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like if you are that way inclined. I had some bloody I had some things to show you guys, but are we even doing slides? Let's do a couple slides. I mean, what are we doing here? These guys met up and well, like, what's the point? Here's them meeting. Like, what are we doing here, chat? Apparently the rumour, word on the F1 curb, is that Christian Horner has succeeded in getting some financiers and he's looking to purchase a team. Mention no names. Alpine, this is Max Verstappen looking at data. We've seen this one already. I need to show you guys these though. Lando and Oscar celebrating. Papaya rules. What are we doing here, chat? These are the things that you need to know. Pit loss, disruptions. Lest we forget there are no C2 compound tyres here, which makes it more techie, more marginal as far as the 1 versus 2 stop. There are very rarely safety cars and red flags around here. 0% red flags between 2017 and 2024. Never ever have they happened. Virtual safety car, however, 29%. Full safety car, 29% of the time. Under a virtual safety car, you'll gain yourself a discounted pit stop to the tune of 6 seconds. 20.6 seconds, is how much a proper pit stop will cost you under green flag circumstance. 14 seconds under virtual safety car. Good get techie, eh? Here's where the tyres are stressing all over the shop. I mean, the rears were falling off yesterday, weren't they? So I'm not sure how accurate that is. 59% of this lap you go on full throttle. And then here's your stat. Max Verstappen en hora buena, is he not? Sprint poles and wins. Max has 22. The rest of the field have 21. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing here? It's I mean, I'm nervous, Cam. The question is now the race pace of the Red Bulls is not sure if they have that under control. So Max said already in the post-quali presser that he not fears necessarily McLaren, but he knows that they should be quickest in race pace, which makes his feat of out-qualifying Lando to the tune of 3/10, not 4/10, as some muggles said yesterday in their reaction video. But out-qualifying them by 3/10. I mean, Dr. Helmut Marko told us as much, that Max was 2/10 worth of that 3/10 gap. Would you start coming in like a wrecking ball when you start the stream? Nearly jumped out. I apologise, Wakasan. I need to do something my end. You know what I mean? Too kind as always, Wakasan. And I'll sort that out this end, probably before the Peter D. Windsor interview tomorrow. Listen. It's techie. Then techie things always. Safak in the house. Langer Stamper, you're a legend out here gifting memberships. Listen, if you're a brand new membership in the first instance, I'm grateful to those of you who are. Gifting memberships is another level, and I thank you for that. I'm humbled by it. If you're a brand new member, get yourself over to the community tab and get yourself in the Discord and get yourself some priority in the chat each and every single time. Langer86, it must be, eh? Change the name. Everybody's changing up their names, Sir John. What's going on here? It's going to get techie. We are T-minus 39 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap. Now your boy needs to get some bloody let me get my metrics on, courtesy of course as always the legends over at Multiviewer. If you have yourself a desktop or a PC and enjoy yourself some cheeky metrics to enhance your viewing, F1 viewing pleasure, then you know what to do already. Multiviewer is the pit to click. What's going on, F-boy? I appreciate you. Langer86, you know what I mean? Legendary settings, as we are. I'm nervous here, chat. I am nervous. Having a look at the points tally as DC gets in on the Laura Mecchi's interview. 336 is the pit to click as far as Oscar Piastri. It's a YouTube glitch. New YouTube settings. I've heard you guys keep saying this, that means that you've got to amend your username. Martin Brundle just grabbing randoms. Nobody cares, Martin. Nobody knows who you are. Do you know what I mean? Your name makes you think you're always smiling. So Charles Edward Cheese must be always smiling. Chester, you're a legend. Appreciate you joining. Get yourself over to the community tab and the Discord. If you are a brand new member, the Discord is the place, no, the pick to click, the place to be, where the F1 modes of discourse continues, runs rife. Here we go. Cheeky word with that Brown, yeah? I might get too close to Lando first. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Remember, the run down to turn one isn't long. I get confused sometimes because the start-finish straight is long. But the running down to turn one is not long at all. But the trick with turn one, especially if your name is Oscar Jack Piastri, is to understand that switchbacks probably aren't the way forward, because every man and their dog behind you is looking to be the man, right? And Ayrton Senna gained 5 or 6 places in the first turn, first lap. That's what happens. And that's why Oscar Piastri ultimately, some say, was at fault yesterday for trying to do a switchback lap 1, turn 1. What are we doing? A switchback, a requisite of a switchback means that you've got to have your spatial awareness about you. You need space in front and behind, most critically, lest you want for an Hulkenberg to yeet it into the back of your bloody gearbox. It's not a good look. That from OJP, uncharacteristically so, because that dude is Mr. Forensic Car Placement, isn't he? He hasn't been making mistakes, but again, you know the stat, and I'm going to read it out for the avoidance of that. It's important, this one, as far as OJP. 4 poles and 5 wins in the first 9 races. In the succeeding 9 races, the last 9, he's only had 1 pole and 2 wins. The trend is your friend until there is a bend. We've talked about Oscar Piastri and he's a god-tier driver. You've got to extend him some grace, of course, because this is only his 3rd season. In his 7th, or his 8th, or his 9th, he's going to be a beast, a fire-breathing dragon. But the question is, has this all come too soon for Oscar? Is he losing his performance at the altar of pressurised circumstance? Is he now the slower of the McLaren drivers? I mean, maybe he needs to just get on some defence, especially trying to sort of switch back nearly. It makes no sense. Called it at the time. I was like, how are you? I mean, maybe the pressure is getting to OJP. Maybe. It's 500 if you're watching concurrently, as we are rounding 3rd base, leading up, about to encroach upon a formation lap, round 19. The US Grand Prix is going to get techie than techie things. I'm nervous. I really am a bit nervous, to be honest. My stomach is all over the shop. When did Cameron switch from hook handle to cane pen? I've got both. You know what the joke is, Chester? I'm always misplacing everything, but at the moment, I've got both on deck. You guys tell me which one's better. I've got this is the old. Do you know what I mean? We've got both, chap. Both are in attendance today. Your boys come a little bit prepped. The ice is melting. Go on then. So it's going to be hot. I'm going to get multi-view. As soon as multi-view is ready to go, I will click it, of course. And again, let me say this up front because it needs to be said. I make no apologies, ladies and gentlemen, the F1 jury, for labouring this point. I'm grateful to each and every single one of you, all the super chats, each and every single one of you who are members. Sir John, Sir Charles Edward Cheese. Do you know what I mean? You guys are a different calibre because this community, this fan channel ceases to exist but for your industry, but for you guys sacrificing the time and listening to the podcast and doing all the things that you guys do so well. My name is, of course, the name above the door, but what does that matter? If you guys aren't here, then we are nothing. OJP is worse when he has less experience. So go on. I was just looking at the Oscar Piastri laps, and he seems to be obsessed. You've got to pick and choose around here because it's so wide. What you don't want to sacrifice is your minimum speed through medium speed turns because you don't need to. The track is super wide. You don't need to be to 2 decimal places on the apex each and every single turn. Turn 1 is case in point. A lot of these guys will never touch the apex of turn 1 because you don't need to. Here's what it is, basic physics, right? The geometric racing line, these turns where possible, is to carry the maximum minimum speed through them. However, if the track going into the apex is as wide as the bloody Titanic, then what's the point? You don't need to apex everything, right? And Max Verstappen, when you're on board with Max and Lando, you can see them picking and choosing their apex, the apexes that they choose to hit. You don't always need to be on the money as far as the apex. Not around Kota. It's a different track. And again, this speaks to adaptability, does it not? Cheeky national anthem. Let's go. Okay, so belt it out, young gun. Belt it out, young Padawan. This is not a bad rendition of the Star Spangled Day. You have fuzzball on the left side of your beard. Do I? Oh my gosh, what's going on here? I'm all over the shop today, chat. I appreciate you highlighting it though. Did you know? Great community. No, Ray, this is all you. I'm telling you, the reactions. Yeah, people are starting to love the reactions. Is Max wearing the vest? He won't be wearing it in the car. He doesn't want to. He wants to save weight. But again, it's a heat hazard. Go on, young gun. Go on, young gun. Young Padawan. I know 100% with this young kid belting out the national anthem. Normally I don't pay attention, but he's giving it the full beans, this young kid. Goosebumps. Why no Oscar on the pole? Because he's so far back. I should have put him on there though. You are right, chat. That's me disrespecting Miami. Bloody Nora, young gun. I mean, standing ovation for that young gun. Don't put hairs on your chest, Goosebumps on the back of your neck. Holy smoke. Kaori, I'm like, got what? Eye water, hay fever. Woof. Yeah. Standing ovation to that kid there for belting out the Star Spangled Banner like that. One of the best renditions that I've heard in some time. Brooksy asking Lando, how are you feeling? I'm jealous of that youngster. Said me and you both, Sir John. Me probably more than you, chap. 600 of you in the chat concurrently. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Yeah, no, Kaori, he went for it. That young gun didn't miss a beat. Fair play. I appreciated that. I did appreciate that. Put goosebump settings. And I mean, it's always good. Are you 2 minutes ahead, Jen? It's probably me. I'm always behind. You know what I mean? It happens all the time, but it's no biggie. Just seeing Lando. Okay, so the Lando Norris. For those of you looking to see, the Lando Norris interviews just ended this end. Laura W. I don't know. America. He sung it. Way to prepare us for a race, Young Padawan. That was decent. Cam F1. F1 needs an American driver. I don't hate it. Soon, hopefully. T minus 13 minutes and 6 seconds until we get ourselves around 19. Your best mate, Jensen. Absolutely not, Camber. I just think he's a scum. There are nice guys and there are Jensen Buttons. I tell you what, look at Max, how aggressive he is. Just looking at this, the sprint start. Max covers it off, doesn't he? And then Oscar goes, oh, it's a mistake, Oscar. It's a mistake. Why you do the switch back lap 1, turn 1? And there's not even a long straight afterwards. I think his hand was forced. I think Lando just stole his lunch money, didn't he? That's what happened there. Lando just he just had him. But of course, per the legend, the goatiest to have ever goated, the one that they call Ayrton Senna. If you no longer go for a gap, then you are no longer a racing driver. The chat in here is like the thinking man's barbershop, seasoned banter with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, always respectful. Cameron, you've built yourself an enviable community. Giovanni, far too kind as always, and I would correct you ever so slightly, sir, and I would be not more precise with my language, but I can't take credit. It's you guys, Giovanni. It is all. This is not me. This is you guys in here. Like, I can't take any of the credit. Yeah, I click go live 2 times a day or whatever, 14 times a week, more than sometimes. But no, this all heads must bow, all tongues must confess. You guys as the community are the greatest. Senna really liked himself a gap. He did indeed like himself a gap. We are T minus 11 minutes away from a cheeky race start, a race formation lap, excuse me. There will be 56 laps. The wind currently coming in 4.3 kilometers per hour from the west. Your track and ambient temperatures respectively are 44.8 degrees Celsius and 27.9. This race will be won at the altar of tire degradation and or minimizing for it. McLaren in that MCL 3.9, you will see today they will be quick. Oscar Piastri will come because everybody's tyres are going to start to fall off quicker than McLaren's. Nobody's not going to tell me that they don't have the quickest car just because Max Verstappen is outperforming his. He does have the quickest car. Is that Joe Rogan in attendance? Of course it is. With Matt Mahoney, honestly, like topical character anyway. I mean, Danica P is so draining. You can see the look. Talking of draining, you can see the blood quite literally draining out of Jensen Button's face. We go to a break and it's going to get techie. Leave Danica alone. Danica divides opinion, doesn't she? I tell you what, she keeps herself. If I could stick to Danica Patrick's gym routine, then I'd be proud of myself. 2 stops or 1, it will get techie. Who knows for now. I remember last year was a 1-stopper, but missing out the C2 compound makes it more marginal, right? Remember, C1, C3 and C4 are the tyres that they brought to this Grand Prix. 56 laps of it. And I'm nervous, chat. Jensen looks dapper. Oscar 4, Joe Rogan, JRE experience. Joe Rogan podcast by day. Train by day. Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day. Infamous Nick Diaz. Lando won't finish. Go on, you guys let me know. I'm going to restart this poll because this is important. Your boy's done Oscar Piastri a disrespect there by not including him in the podcast. That notwithstanding, 87% of you think Maximilian Verstappen's going to nail it. And I don't think that's controversial. This poll will talk about P2, of course, because it's going to get techier than techie things. Who do you got for P2? Because I think barring accidents and reliability issues, not wanting to jinx it, I think Max Verstappen has the whip hand. Big odds-on favourite now. You're not getting the big 18-1 plus 1800 for Max Verstappen anymore like we did at Suzuka or Saudi Arabia or the British Grand Prix. The odds makers are onto him now that he's got the RB21 underneath him, now that Dr. Helmut Marko said that Red Bull have pulled their finger out. It's a shame though. Not to be a Monday morning quarterback, but it's a shame that they could have done this 3 or 4 races back. Can you imagine then? Although Borna, like I can't, I don't know. Although if they'd done it 3 or 4 races back, you've got to imagine that Max Verstappen would be about 1,000 points up the road. So I think this is quite convenient for the neutrals and casuals who are so invested in seeing a championship, a close fight between now and race 24. Go on, then. You guys need to tell me who's gonna nail themselves P2. Oh. What's the go there? Go on, and you guys tell me who's going to finish second for this way. I think that's the chat, isn't it? That's the big conversation. I mean, if Max Verstappen has had his Weetabix, this should be a walk in the park for the soon to be 5-time champion, the one they call Maximilian Verstappen GOAT. All right, we are T-minus 7 minutes away, 5:30 a.m. Holy smoke, Swedish Bob. The levels of dedication. Let me know, vote on it. And by the way, let me say for the avoidance of doubt, as grateful as I am ad infinitum ad nauseum to each and every single one of you join me on these streams, if you like the stream, shortly thereafter, then like the stream. Do a poll who causes the first incident. I mean, bet your bottom dollar it'll be one of the rookies, eh? I'm betting 1,000 on Max. Don't do it. I mean, at these odds, Angel, don't do it, mate. Always bet the line and not the event. You're not going to get decent odds on Max. It'll be big odds on favourite, won't he? And I don't think that's... you always want yourself a favourable circumstance. Don't become a betting belligerent degenerate if you're not already. That's my advice. And if you are, always bet the line. Look at that. Max Verstappen, 7-4 odds on. They're saying that Max Verstappen... I mean... They're saying that Max Verstappen wins this. To be fair, 63% of the time, I'd argue that Max probably wins about 70 or 75% of the time, barring accidents and chaos at corner 1, turn 1. Lando Norris 4 over. Lando Norris gets it done 30% of the time, say the bookmakers. And shortly thereafter, you've got George and Oscar, each at 4%. So it feels like a 2-horse race, this. Only Lando. I mean, if Lando can get in front of Max, T-Rex settings. That's the analogy that people keep using, right? The Jurassic Park per Crofty. The one where it's the T-Rex and you can see the bloody the cup of water on the dashboard of the Jurassic Park Jeep. It feels like there is an F1 peddling T-Rex in the midst. It feels inevitable. Bookmakers, by the way, still have Max Verstappen, very decent odds on Max Verstappen winning the championship. He's an outsider. Oscar Piastri has 50% chance if you run the simulation of the championship under these circumstances 100 times. They say OJP wins, yeah, and still more than 50% of the time. What do you make of Lewis taking some credit for Ferrari's improvements in quali? He seems to imply that Ferrari listened and altered. I don't know, probably. Sir John. You're an absolute legend. Don't enable degenerates 100%. Sir John, I'm trying not to. If you're not a betting person already, then don't do it. It's not good for your health. And 9 times out of 10, you will lose your money. Unless, of course, it's Max Verstappen and he's greater than 7 or 8 to 1. Do you know what I mean? I appreciate you, Sir John. You're a legend, mate. A proper legend and far too generous as always. Go on then, we get ourselves some F1 music. T-minus 5 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky lights out. By the way, all of the metrics on your screen are brought to you by Multivere. If you are that way inclined, go and download it on a PC or a laptop. The goatiest F1 app to have ever goated. Sing Song for the Sink. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why am I so nervous? Palms are sweating. Mom spaghetti. I can't cope with this too much. Please. Let's start the race. T-minus 4 minutes. Oh, gosh. And breathe, chat. Look at this. 30% of you think Charlie's going to nail P2. 40% think George. George is a killer, isn't he? Did you see George's attempted overtaking manoeuvre on Max Verstappen and how he justified it? I had one shot. That was the only. I needed to take Max by surprise. If it was not then it was never. Round 19, COTA, the US Grand Prix. Remember, compound tyres, let's do track distance, 5.5 kilometres, 56 laps, 132.029 track lap record, 31 metres elevation, 348 kilometres per hour maximum velocity. Your tyre compounds are C1, skip C2, C3 and C4 as Pirelli looked to interject an exciting circumstance into round 19. This reduces your chance of taking advantage of a safety car. Yoko, keep eyes closed into turn 1. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. No, I didn't hear Lando. I didn't hear Lewis's comments trying to take credit for Ferrari making a step forward, but they have made a step forward. They have. And could you debate with a straight face that Lewis might not have contributed to that at all? I don't think so. Of course, Lewis would have contributed to that. Is he the lion's share of the improvement, the material portion? Well, that's a different conversation. You'd have to talk to those infinitely closer to the circumstance than you or I or we. Let's go. That fat turn one. I mean, there's a lot of this wide, isn't it? But I think these guys can get a bit ambitious. You need to be a wily old fox like Carlos Sainz or George Russell of King's Lynn, Norfolk to navigate that turn one and lap one. What you don't need is to be an over-eager nerd and virgin, just as was Oscar Piastri, uncharacteristically so, yesterday in his sprint. Came a cheeky night race for the... I know, it's not ideal to be fair, but I'm not going to complain because you guys all over the world deal with this every single race weekend as near as makes no difference. The time is 2 minutes past, 2 minutes to 8, British summertime. Yuki and Liam are going to crash potentially. And everybody's saying about bloody... Did you hear Dr. Helmut Marko? T-minus 2 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap, by the way. Dr. Helmut Marko was asked, what's going on? What's going on with Tsunoda-san? Are you going to ever give him a contract? When are you going to announce? He says, after Mexico, we've said. What's going on, Adrian? I hope you're good, mate. He's going to get techie. I'm nervous. Biochem go. Despite what Lando says, it takes a lot more than luck than a quick car to win championships. Case in point, Biochem Girl, 2024 Lando season and now 2025. It's not easy. And by the way, McLaren have had the quickest car all year. So why, therefore, if Lando is right, is Max so bloody close to them? It's going to get techie. How is it, Cheev? How is it? What are you saying, Cheever? Oh, gosh, right. No more Red Bull for your boy Cameron. We've got to get ourselves some Lucozade done, even though that looks really weird, but whatever. Giles says, Max. Got a feeling Lando's going to make it to P1 and take off. He's going to need to try and get in front, or else a cheeky undercut maybe. Mats. Cam, your aura, looking at aura. You're looking at aura indeed. He's not bad, this Max Verstappen failure, and he's cold as a cucumber. But again, when you've got your 10,000 hours practicing, and you're well aware that you've got plenty of ability in which you can have almost an earring faith and confidence, then this is the product of that, right? I saw a quote earlier that you show off in public what you've practiced in private. Of the 20 currently on the grid, who does that remind you of? If not the one that they call Maximilian Verstappen. I'm nervous too. Chaos. And breathe. Oh my gosh. Can Max it? Can Norris do better? Can Charles get one up on Lando? Can Lewis get past Piastri? We're going to see in short order, Darius, the questions, the answers to all of them, their questions. We have ourselves a cheeky formation lap and I'm nervous. Jack, my stomach is doing knots and ribbons and everything in between. Oh, the humanity. I cannot go with it. I saw an old commercial with Michael Rosberg and Max. I mean, F1 those times wasn't too bad. A peak F1, any doing the races, the cheeky Red Bull kind of has done us. I know, Z, I should have probably, maybe I've jinxed it. Nah, he'll be all right, that Max fella. He'll be all right. Reliability issues accepted. He should be good. And a cheeky concept, but no, but they should be aware. Given what happened in the sprint, they should all be on their best behaviour, right? Tiptoeing around turn one. No more switchbacks from OJP, by the way, who's starting in sixth. Come on, Oscar. I know this has never been Oscar Piastri's track necessarily, but he's better than that. Sixth. I don't know about all that. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's very good from Oscar. I really don't think that's very good at all. Right. Free stop settings. I don't know about that, Macon. I don't know about that. That would be... let's go King George Russell of Kings in Norfolk, GR63. Just in the nick of time, Chiba, says Daria. Breathe. We have ourselves a formation. Like, come on, Lando, says Clive. Where's Easy G? Easy G, Lando locking, mate. He's got himself an opportunity here, Lando. 22 points behind his teammate. Oscar Piastri starts in 6th. Lando Norris starts in second. Cameron, when are these yellows falling off on RB21? I should have these. I should have these stats at hand. 15 to 20 laps as T-Ray. Don't though today for whatever reason. It's been chaos. Poor due diligence, Cameron. Chaos merchants. Eddie has a bit of chaos merchantry in his locker. 1,000 of you watching concurrently as we're about to encroach upon a cheeky round 19. We can sync on the reds if you want. I'll read out 1 red, 2 red. Appreciate you saying that, Ja. I really, really appreciate you saying that. We'll get there in the end. I promise. Just show me Max's car and how he's angled it. 1,200 of you liking or watching concurrently. Do me a favour and like the stream. What's going on here? Come on, Cameron, sort out your life, chap. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. What is going on? The race into turn 1. Okay, so the back markers are turning. Oh my gosh. Kira. Oh, the humanity is a bit tense, this. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. As we're about to get ourselves the lights out. We'll sync on the reds, if you're that way inclined. Gosh. One red, 2 red, 3 reds, 4 reds, 5 reds. And we are lights out. Max Verstappen nailed the start. Lando Norris has bugged down though. Charles Leclerc's going to come around the outside of Lando Norris. He goes wide, wide, wide. Looking to nail himself a geometric racing line. Max Verstappen goes defensive on Lando, but Charles Leclerc's nailed and stolen Lando Norris's lunch money. What else would you expect? Oh my God, but Charles Leclerc's looking to nab. Get the camera on Max and Charles. No, Charles backs out. Wisely. Lando Norris again. Start bottle job. What's the point, Lando? You get one right and then you flop the next one. Oh, the humanity, Michael. What are we doing, Lando? Why always with this start bottle job nonsense? It's a champion. I know Charles almost overtook. He did almost overtake Max, but then he thought better of it. He realised that he may as well book some gains. You know what I mean? Take some pips to use the financial services methodology. Max does look like he's gone. But Lando Norris is now getting swallowed up by the second Ferrari, driven by number 44, somebody called Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton. Bloody Nora. Let's go, Max. Let's go. Oh my gosh, what's Sonoda-san doing? Everybody's all over the shop. Kimi Antonelli. Go on and let's get eyes on your runners and riders, therefore. Holy smoke. Max Verstappen, who by the way started on mediums. Interesting wrinkle there that Charles Leclerc has started on soft compound tyres with a view to nail himself a start. Good start from Max. It was good enough, wasn't it, Sedan? Just good enough. Down the road to the tune of 1.1 seconds. Again, 2-3 laps before DRS comes on and kicks in. Max Verstappen already 1.1 second down the road out of DRS range. Lando Norris, as things stand, it's going to get tech. Oh my God. This is going to get tech. Oh my God. Oscar Piastri already up. Look at that. Oscar Piastri already nails himself. George Russell, 1 place to the good. You're a legend, Wood. I appreciate you, mate. Properly. Jay back in the house. Charles P2 didn't have that until showed on top. Yeah, no, soft tyres. So he really needed to nail Oscar. In order to make this work, Charles could have done with getting into P1A because his tyres are going to fall off sooner than the rest. Piastri's struggling. And I mean, he's just now George, but he's got to kind of keep with Lewis here, hasn't he? 2 laps in the books, 54 remaining. It is, of course, round 19, 6 races to go. Techie, look at Max Verstappen, eh? Way to make a point, chap. 1.4 seconds in the delta, 1.5 laps in the back. This is chaos. So he's gapping. Oof. Go on, Ollie. Ollie Behrman nails. Look at that. Oh, shoot. Alex Albon, yeah, done. Look at that. Alex Albon damage, eh? Something's happened. I can't sink in like a stone as well. So your biggest winners Of course, Charles Leclerc up one place, tried to have a cheeky nibble at Max Verstappen, nothing doing, however, but still, I mean, if he's the meat in a Max Verstappen Lando Norris sandwich, and I've got to call him Lando Norris again. How can I not? He takes too long to play himself into the crease at the start of it. And what's worse is when he wakes up, watch Lando Norris, he'll turn into a fire-breathing dragon again. He'll make mincemeat of Charles Leclerc in a couple of laps' time, I bet, when he's woken up. Max Verstappen goes quickest on a 1:40.241. Oh, the humanity here. I mean, can you say 4 soon to be 5-time champion? Dare I jinx it? Huh. Yeah, my brother makes the point now. Now that Max has clean air advantage, he's managing. He can manage his tyres. He can, do you know what I mean? He can come off the gas a tad when he needs to, just ease the tyres. Science remembered who he is up into nightfall already. I don't hate it. Let me tell you someone else who's remembered who they are. Yuki Tsunoda. Let us go, Tsunoda-san. Currently tracking in the points. The last of the point scorers in 10th. The gap between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc is 1.5 seconds. Lando try and run the outside into turn 1 on Charles. Switch back potentially, but you've got to be a bit more definitive than that, Lando, if you're going to get that done, and you need to get it done soon. What Lando can't afford to do is waste too many laps here. T-minus 54 to go. Can't afford to waste too many laps in this dirty air of Charles Leclerc. 100% it helps Max Darius. 100%. The enemy of my enemy, by extension, is my friend. Charles Leclerc to hold up Lando Norris for as many laps as possible, eh? This matters. If we're having this conversation under the aegis of 25 points and who's going to win this race, then the longer that Charles holds up, I think it's only a matter of time till Lando gets it done. But here's where Oscar Piastri season today, it's just been clinical, eh? In terms of his overtakes, he just approaches and gets it done. It's like sneezing. He doesn't hesitate. He tees it up and nails it. Don't look so concerned, Cameron. I don't know. I think there's a lot to play for. Max Verstappen goes purple on a 40.241. Cam, you've been saying soon to be 5-time. I know. I know. Let me not. It's true. Error unknown. It is true. 1.8 seconds in the delta. How long does it take Lando Norris to overtake Charles Leclerc? That's the question. That's the exam question. Your runners and riders with 3 laps in the books, 54 remaining of this 56 lap race, round 19. Lando Norris bearing down on the gearbox of Charles Leclerc here. Gone to the outside, but Charles Leclerc's far too wise for that. And he'll park it on the apex to make sure he doesn't fall foul of the switchback. No, Charles Leclerc is too crafty for that, Lando. You got to be a bit more. Where is the Lando Norris devilment? He's got to be less obvious than that. Go super wide with a view to effect for a switchback. Get on the throttle early. Trying to set something up here is Lando, but I think he's a bit too transparent. Netflix script is coming to fruition. OG's in a legend. Look at this. Why is Lando so rubbish off the line, EasyJ? I don't understand every time. Leclerc is on sauce, but this is bad news for Lando, right? Because he needs to get around him and get a move on. Charles Leclerc is the sleeping policeman in this equation. Here we go. Lando's got a good run up here, but nothing doing. He's just going around the outside. Too transparent, but he's got to watch Lando that he falls back into the grubby claws of one Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton. This is a karting race now. Lando cannot pass without you seeing it coming. He's too obvious, isn't he? He's too obvious. No, Charles Leclerc is going to back Lando Norris up into Lewis Hamilton. So Lando now wants to start keeping an eye on his bloody wing mirrors, eh? Because Lewis won't hesitate to dive them up the inside. If he waits too long, again, let's have a look at the gaps. Gap between Charles Leclerc and your race lead. Max Verstappen on his last tour doing a 40.241 is 2.311 seconds. Well outside of the DRS. Behind him, however, Lando has the DRS of Charles Leclerc. Lando goes for it, but doesn't go for it. All the while, Sir Lewis Hamilton is catching. Oh my gosh, Charles Leclerc goes a little wide though. Oh. Can Charles Leclerc hold Lando off sufficient to where Lewis Hamilton comes into the equation? Lewis, by the way, is on mediums. Imagine they put Lewis on softs. Oh, the humanity, chat. Oh, the humanity. I'm nervous here. 2.6 seconds of the delta between your race leading Max and Charles Leclerc, your second place man, on soft red labelled compound tyres. This is intriguing. Hamilton gaining on Lando by the second. The delta between Lewis and Lando Norris, 0.3 of a second, 0.3. I mean, Houston, we have a problem. If Charles not looking to break that, is Charles about to break the DRS? 0.7, not yet, but nearly 0.7. Dirty Air Central, DRS train. Lewis going to go grab Lando Norris. Oh, it's going to get techie. It is going to get techie. 40.069 last tour, Max Verstappen building that gap. 2.5 seconds of the delta between your first and second place drivers. Lando needs to get Charles Leclerc out the way before Oscar gets Lewis. Cam is a lap behind. Am I even a lap behind, Benny? That's really bad. I hope I'm not. Not quite a lap behind. Leclerc got screwed with the sauce. No, I think he needed I think it was played the same Queen's Gambit that Max played a couple of races back, right? He's got to go. He's got to put soft compound tyres on and see what happens. Singapore, no. Put the softs on, and if you can nail it into turn one and get something done, then copy. You bring yourself in. Hadjar getting done for track limits. What is going on, Isaac Hadjar? Cheeky replay of the race start. Let's see Racer Lewis today. I mean, if he gets a sniff per James Allen. Max Verstappen goes super aggressive on defence. Look at that. Which helped Charles Leclerc. Look at Charles Leclerc went super aggressive on the geometric racing line, right? Carrying crazy amounts of minimum speed through turn one. Because his line was the Colchester Straight. You guys are on lap 6. Behave. Oh no. Is the stream really way behind? Okay, let me try and do something here. Directors up. Oh my gosh! Kimi Antonelli beached. Oh no, what happened there? Kimi Antonelli and Carlos, please, what's going on? Why? Safety car, potentially, eh? Okay, let me try and, I'm going to try and get up to date here, chat. But no promises. No promises. We'll try. We'll try and do something here. Okay. Oh no, Carlos, WTF says Joe. No, it is crazy behind button, usually pretty far behind me. I'm going to try and sort it out, Lord Nakeds. I'm going to try a thing. You know what I mean? Try a cheeky one. 52 laps remaining. 5 are in the books. Oh yeah, I am behind. Look at that. Carlos Sainz isn't even bloody... Go on then, we need to do one of these, don't we? That's not very good. Too early for a free print and then go hard towards the end. Mate, that would be chaos. Back to the future. Frizzly, not a lot that I can do. I'm trying. I promise you I am trying. I might just get my... You know what? Let's try and do one. That one's synced already. Oh, Sir John, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chap. I didn't realise some of you had synced. You know what? We'll sync again. Once I get my bloody everything good to go, we will sync again. Taliban Eli. Right, let's go. Tech issues, but whatever, we move. Carlos hit 88 miles per hour and saw some... Come on. No, the match shouldn't be gaining time under virtual safety car. We'll make sure that he'll lose that. He'll be moving to a safety car, a virtual safety car delta. I think Max is far too savvy to lose a 2.7 second delta, a durable competitive advantage, hot favourite to win this race. I don't think he'll give it away for a mistake as noddy as a virtual safety car delta infringement. I'm also behind. You're a legend, Prisley. I bent the knee to you guys, but I'm going to try and it's what it is. What are you going to do? If you want to sync, then you know what to do, guys. I'll bring it up again in a second. Okay, let's go. Right. Charles, the biggest loser again on a virtual safety car? Not necessarily, because it's different to a safety car. Were it a safety car, Houston, we have a problem, and then all the deltas will just close up, right? But so long as it stays a virtual safety car, the gaps between the drivers will remain. For the avoidance of doubt, 51 laps remaining, 6 are in the books. The delta between your first place Max and Charles, 3 seconds dead. Flat. Lando, we can be world champions. Next year is my year. Remember when Lando said all that? Next year is my year. This is the Lando Norris era. So Lando Norris lost himself 2 seconds under virtual safety car. What's that about, mate? Aren't you sticking to the delta? So go on then. Oh, look at that. This is significant now, because virtual safety car's gone away and Charles Leclerc, 3.1 seconds adrift of Max in first. Now he's broke the DRS surreptitiously, duplicitously of one Lando Norris. 1.5 seconds in the delta. Sir Lewis Hamilton, though, is right there within that. I think Lewis could, yeah, he's gone to sleep, hasn't he? He always does this off the safety car restart, virtual or otherwise. Too busy messing around with his brake bros, trying to warm up his tyres. Did this a couple of races ago, didn't he? Baku, if I recall correctly. Now, Lando finds himself without the DRS of Charles Leclerc, and Lewis is right on his gearbox. Look at this, 6/10. Oh, the humanity. It's an era, Jay. Long time no see, Jay. You're a legend. All his delayed broadcasts as always. MV, yeah, listen, we're going to have to go with what we're going with. In front of me, I see visuals on board of Sir Lewis, I think. Lando's trying to build that. He's got to build it. Look at that. 0.9 is the delta now. Go on, Sir Lewis. Use that DRS, mate, and put some pressure. Got eyes on Carlos Sainz walking back to the pits. My gosh, Gammy should work for Coca-Cola. How he... Lando's not... I mean, what do you want me to say? I don't want to be too harsh on him, but when you set yourself up with words that your ass cannot cash, then Houston, we have a problem. Lest we forget, Lando Norris looked Lewis Hamilton in his eyes and said, well, it's easy to win races and championships, therefore, when you've got the quickest car. Zach Brown said before it was the Senna era, before it was Schumacher era, then it was Lewis, now we're going into the Lando Norris era. Those are Zach Brown's words, no one else's. When you're talking that way, you need to make sure that you deliver upon those promises, right? Lest you wish to be deemed an abbot of unreason and or a seller of wolf tickets, a snake oil salesman. Come on, Lewis, help Max out just this once. I don't think in his agency will be helping out Max, but I mean, to help out himself will be by extension to help out Max Verstappen. Concerned about the front left, doesn't look or feel great, says Oscar Piastri. Oh, the humanity. Oscar Piastri losing himself some time to Sir Lewis Hamilton. What's going on here, chat? I don't understand. Flipping Nora. This is chaos. This is big, big chaos. Virtual safety car deployed again. For who? Piastri is struggling. .2 seconds the delta between your top two drivers in Max in first and Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Alesi, in second. Lando 6.8 seconds down the road. What's going on with Lando? He's dropping like a stone, clean into the clutches of Lewis Hamilton. The delta between the third and fourth place driver now only 0.6. What's Lando playing at here, chap? I know it's virtual safety car, but they're going to sleep again. Lando Norris. Who is the Nora that Bloody, I shouldn't say that. It's not a good bloody law indeed. It's no, I shouldn't be saying that. What is Lando doing? I mean, what? As Lando's on the timesheet, Lando's looking like he's got an issue. A second is the delta between Lando in third and Lewis Hamilton in fourth. What's going on? That McLaren looks like a clean air diva. Anytime they got to do you remember Sebastian Vettel back in the day? Anytime he had to overtake some people, he started to struggle and forgot who he was. He was the quickest driver, one of the quickest that I might have ever seen in clean air. But anytime he needed to work his way for a field, he was like, just completely forgot who he was, didn't he? Go on then, I need to do some math. Five. 15 points. If we stay as we are, the gap between Max in third for the drivers and Oscar Piastri in first reduces to 40 points. Oh, the humanity. I know, it's chaos. I'm behind on a timing sheet for some reason, but there's not a lot that I can do, sadly. Soft compound tyre pit window, per the graphic on Sky Sports, the internationally syndicated broadcast. Lap 12 to 18. Coming up soon. 9 laps in the books, 48 are remaining. Or 12, look at that. I might just close this down and start again, chat, to be honest with you. Right. We've made a play, chat. Now your boy's got to deliver upon it. We can't be like 10 minutes behind the flipping the broadcast. I'm not having that. Right, let's go. We've gone again. The F1 stream is bonkers right now. Stuck on the virtual safety car. I know. I'm going to try and fix for that because I don't like it. We don't like that. Okay, let's go. Hopefully I can get ourselves some up to date. I know we're just behind on the multi-view for whatever reason. We're listen, we'll run with it. We'll run with it. Not a lot we can do, sadly. Right, I'm off to play date. No, don't go away, Byron. This is going to get techie. What's going on there, Andy? My Ferrari bet for both Ham and Leclerc looking very good. You are 6 laps behind. Sadly, there's nothing that I can do about this on the right-hand side of your screen. I'm at the behest, sadly, of multi-viewer, and it looks like they're just behind. Max plus 4 seconds. He's gone clear, hasn't he? 3.9 down the road from Charles Leclerc, who's on softs. I'll have, you know. Lando Norris about to encroach upon the gearbox and therefore DRS of Charles Leclerc shortly. Charles Leclerc 17 laps, 13 from race. Old bloody Nora, chaos. So he started that. Charles Leclerc started on 4-lap-old soft compound tyres. Scrubs. Why not? That's chaos. What are we going to do? You're a legend, Joe. I appreciate you, mate. 1,600 of you watching could currently do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Plan C is now going plan A. Piastri seems slow. Flipping Nora, George. What are we doing? Lando pushing all sorts of messy. But you may as well chill out now, Lando, because Charles meant to be coming in the pits any second now. So what's the point? What is the point? You had your opportunity earlier on, but flipping Nora. Piastri is struggling. He's all over the shot. He's been struggling all weekend, hasn't he, Oscar? Ted Kravitz did say, with the wheel, Oscar Piastri, please stand up. Please stand up. Citing, of course, the real Slim Shady and Eminem's debut song. And it's about right. I mean, he's been nowhere. Track limits for Norris, says Charles Leclerc. Keep your eyes forward, Charles. Focus on your thing, mate. Start getting distracted. This is where your attention fatigue starts to set in, mate, because you're focused on the wrong bloody things is why. What are we doing? Not Charles snitching. I mean, how could you not be a snitch in Formula One? Surely. 1500 if you're watching Kokoda, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. It's going to get techie here at some point. Pit stops potentially. Charles Leclerc expected to come in within the next 4 to 5 laps at the very least, or the very most even. Mr. Vogue looking... Mr. Vogue. He's never going to live this down, is Charles? That's him now. Mr. Vogue. Mr. Sir Lewis. It's easy to win in a quick car. Mr. It's my year next year. Mr. It's the Lando Norris generation. The Lando Norris era. What are we doing? Leclerc doing a Russell. Go on then. You runners and riders. Look, something like this. Mind you, I'm delayed. Max Verstappen leading the rest by 2.9, 4.9 seconds. Down to Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris another 0.6 behind. Lando Norris now encroaching upon Charles. But don't use up too much tyres or effort, mate. Charles Leclerc will be in the pit soon. Imagine if Lando tries a move on Charles Leclerc just as he's about to come in the pits and Lando yeets it. Come on, Lando. Be smart, Lando. No point now. May as well just hang around. I think Lando needs to keep his... There was Tom Clarkson who said last year that when Max didn't have a car, that Max just needed to... Oh, Lando going for something. Goes around the outside again, though. Charles is going to park it on the apex. Switchback isn't doing through there, mate, I don't think. Look at that. Charles just going to... No, mate, you've got no chance. He's not clinical enough. Tries a switchback, but Charles Leclerc isn't having that because he parks on the apex. That's how you defend the switchback. You just park yourself on the apex and it doesn't work. Charles is too crafty for that. I call him modern day Jean lazy, but he's not. A, he's not slow, and B, knows how to race. You know what I mean? 200 level IQ and racecraft from Charles Leclerc there. Like, just managing him. But Lando Norris is closer than he has been going into turn 1. Yeah, Martin Brunner makes the point. The DRS is we could do with it being opened a bit. You're not talented enough, Lando. Ugh. Leclerc's just a bit craftier, isn't he? Charles defending like a champion, level-headed, 100%. Just usher him out. If he tries the bloody switchback, then just park it on the apex, and he can't do it right. The switchback is dependent, has as its requisite for success that the driver in front racing lines it right. You just pump the brakes at the apex, then you can't there's no switchback to be had. It doesn't work. And that's what Charles Leclerc is doing quite savvily, and I don't hate it. Norris 2 track limit warnings. There we go. He's dropped back. Lando Norris. Chill out, Lando. You don't need yourself a black and white flag, sir. Nor a 5-second penalty. Because that puts you back where? Got to be sensible here, Lando. Don't try and be a hero. 5 seconds will put him back behind Oscar Piastri. Hey, that's not good. He doesn't want that. Piastri 4 seconds behind Lewis. Cameron CC. He'll lose so many points. I know. He will lose, 15. Max set to accrue 25. If it finishes as it is now, Oscar will accrue 10. 15 points. Therefore, the delta between Max and Oscar from 55 points set to become 40 with 6 races to go. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Now Lewis falling back again, 100%. 17 laps in the books. Oh, the humanity. 39 to go. Put some respect on a stippler's name. Modern day journalese is using a tight line driver, the old V line. Not the V line necessarily, but I think he's doing the geometric racing line here, but he's braking at the apex to make sure that that you can't make or stick a maneuver under the aegis of a switchback. Just crafty. Can that live time in his laps? I know 100%. Not a lot I can do, sadly, Joe, at this point. Go on, Lando. Lando having a look at, but you got to go down the inside. There's nothing doing. This is Lando finally going to understand that if he's going to pull something and make it stick on Shaw, that it's up the inside into turn one. Do a cheeky Nigel Mansell dummy, eh? Look as if you're going to go outside again and then switch to the inside, and then you'll have yourself a move made. Charles Leclerc is schooling Lando Norris in an inferior car. 100% Umarch. I don't disagree, mate. Happy to see the traumatised Monegasque at the front again. It's not bad, this fella. So, John, you're a legend, sir. I'm humbled. Sending memberships. I appreciate you, sir, as always. If you're a brand new member, at the altar of Sir John Perry's generosity, then get yourself over to the community tab and get yourself in the Discord. Bloody Nora, fireworks already. It's not even near November the 5th. What are we doing? Pulling away from Lewis, but again, they're disadvantaging each other. When you fight like Charles and Lando are, there is no peloton to be had. Charles giving Max a half second. I know. That's what I'm saying. When you're fighting each other like that, of course, Max is going to gap the rest of them. To the tune of what, 5-6 seconds now? 7.2. Can't even pass Charles on Alta. I know. He's too transparent. He's got no devil. There's no automotive sleight of hand with Lando. Doesn't catch anybody by surprise like George did Max yesterday. Or Oscar does as near as it when he's had his Weetabix, as Oscar always does. You just can't, like, you know what I mean? Don't. This is be duplicitous like water, or whatever Bruce Lee used to say. $18 laps of 56 completed. Charles doing all right, eh? What's that? 22 laps completed. Oh, the humanity. What is going on here? Let's just check this. Yeah, he's done an extra 2 laps. So 20 laps by Charles on those soft compound tyres. Should be pitting any. Yeah, Charles isn't bad, eh? Driver of the day potential. Racing by numbers is Lando. Bloody Nora, you've said it there, Pad. Padmeister's nailed it. Lando is racing by numbers, isn't he? It's all very contrived and scripted. How long does my emoji last time-wise, Andy? I don't know, Andy. You could use it, mate. You should have that as a God tier driving by Charles. Cheeky Bruce Lee reference again. Joe, Bruce is a hero. Not necessarily of mine, but of Cameron Senior. So it'd be remiss of me not to mention from time to time. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all the heavenly glory. Do you know what I mean? Shaw's doing insane master defence. This is driver of the day settings from Shaw. If you can keep him behind him. Going long, goes in and puts on hards and finds himself in contention for second. This is chaos from Shaw. Is Verstappen in an F1 car or a missile? Lando Norris gaining. Goes round the outside again. What do you mean this time around? Lando Norris isn't wheel to wheel nothing because Charles Leclerc. No, the switchback isn't working. Lando's gone super aggressive. Of course Charles Leclerc's going to run you out wide. Are you daft, Lando Norris? What else did you expect? That's what's going to happen. That left tyre is looking ugly. Charles Leclerc is he's a do you know what I mean? Look at the way he races Max Verstappen. If you want to know anything about Charles, as critical as I am and have been of Charles and his ability, his penchant for a cheeky mistake of the unforced variety, it's a god tier racer, point to point, one of the quickest, if not the quickest on the grid. You can spar with Max Verstappen. Lando, you're going to have to do something serious here, chap. Otherwise, be doomed to sit in the dirty air of Charles Leclerc ad infinitum. Look at that. Lando Nice being told to pit. Okay. But it might be a double bluff, says Martin Brundle. Leclerc is the teacher. Lando Norris, says Macon, is the schoolboy. That's chaos. 20 lap old soft goat, 100%. And the rest, 22 lap old now at this stage. Lando's going to get a 5-second penalty if he keeps this up. Lewis needs to keep at the pace. Go on then. Your runners and riders with 20 laps in the books. 36 still to go. Max Verstappen 9.132 seconds down the road. Lando Norris, yeah, there we go. Ted Kravitz makes the point that what is going on with Oscar? Will the real Oscar Piastri please stand up? Please stand up. Nowhere to be seen. I know he's not a brilliant driver around there. I know he's not a brilliant... This isn't his track. But bloody Nora, this isn't good enough here. Lando Norris looks like he's run out of ideas. Insane. Come on, Charles, do it, says Darius. I mean, Leclerc can take mediums, to be honest. He has a 9-second lead. I mean, Max is just managing at this point, right? Lyco settings. Lando cannot learn any new tricks. No pizzazz, says Chiba. They should box Hamilton now, potentially. But Hamilton, stay out. It was a dummy. Martin Brundle calls it nicely. It was a lie, a myth. This is the real Oscar. Behave yourself. Behave yourself again. Let me read out this stat because this is important now. Becomes more pertinent by the second. Lando trying something, but he's too far away, man. Like, what's he doing? Oh, come on, Lando. Frustrated. Like, hella frustrating. 3 strikes, Lando. Beware, mate. Another strike and you're out of here, chap. Black on white flag. Go on then. Here's the Oscar Piastri stat, the pick to click. Oscar, first 9 races of 2025. 4 poles and 5 wins. The subsequent 9. The last 9 races. 1 pole and 2 wins. The trend is your friend until there's a bend. So Lando's close here, but let's have a look. He's very close. But he's just not going to do it. I don't think he's... Charles defends the inside for his life. And Lando Norris goes on it. Lando's got it done. Fair play. Charles Leclerc sets out for the switchback. Look at that. But Lando's squirrely on the exit. Fair play, Lando. Yeah, he had to. It was a good shout. He had to do it and he had to stay within track limits as well. Go on, Lando. Props to you, chap. 1,700 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. It's going to get tech here. Will Joseph's like, mate, black and white flag. I know. You were pushed off. I know, but chill out, Lando, and get your head down and start racing yourself. Oh, what's going on here? Can he escape that DRS of Charles Leclerc? No, not quite, not yet. Charles Leclerc right there within the DRS. But Lando Norris is gapping him though, to be fair. You can see it visibly. Let's have a look. Lewis Hamilton now catching Charles Leclerc. What do they do here? What's the pick to click? Lewis Hamilton tries to set up a cheeky switchback, eh? Yeah, he's on the medium. So what do you do? Charles Leclerc's not looking to have that though, is he? That's not the way we race. Look at Lewis Hamilton. He's got some speed, eh? What's going on? Look at Charles defended. Oh, for God's sake, Charles, get out the way. Switchback, maybe. Yeah, Lewis. No, the running's too short. What are we doing, Charles? Get out the way, chap. Move. They touch. Small touch. They do touch, though. Lewis Hamilton, this is good racing, though. I don't hate this. I don't mind this for sure. Lewis Hamilton's looking to play for checkmating 4 move. If I'm Sir Lewis, he's got to play. Box. Charles told. Yeah, there was no need to do that, was there, Charles? But I don't hate it. Do you know what I mean? If you no longer go for a gap and you're a racing driver, then you are no longer a racing driver. You are no longer a racing driver. Charles Leclerc is, of course, a racing driver. They put on mediums on Charles Leclerc. Oh yeah, McLaren. There you go. McLaren. Okay, so what do you do if you're McLaren? Do you cover off Charles Leclerc since he's just made the move, or do you go long and risk some chaos towards the end of the race? It is working out well for Ferrari. Holding up Hamilton. Stop it, Char. I mean, hey, come on, watching for South Africa. The race is on lap 23. How are you 5 laps behind? I have no idea. There's a fatherly. I know nothing. Do you know what I mean? Lewis Hamilton goes fastest first sector. Do not hate that from Sir Lewis at all. At all. You know what I mean? Do you expect them to go soft or hard? Mediums. They go if they started on mediums. It's interesting based upon Charles Leclerc. If you're going to use him as a guinea pig, Charles can go for 20 laps. Well, if you can get through to like lap 30, lap 35 on the mediums, then good to go on the softs, right? Charles Leclerc did 26. Zach Brown says, not a depressing weekend, but a tough weekend, mate. That's the internet for you, not a Cameron issue. A YouTube one. I think something's going on in the background, Darius, that I don't understand, but not a lot that I can do. Look at Sir Lewis. Sir Lewis is going for it, though, eh? Look at this. I'm not techie, says Sarah. F1 sucky today. All over the shop. I don't know what's going on. 4 warnings, Lando. Oh my gosh, please. "24 laps in the books, 32 remaining. Your runners and riders look something like this. Max Verstappen yet to stop. Leads 10.9 seconds, 11 seconds as near as makes no difference from Lando and Norris. Lewis Hamilton a further 3 seconds behind in third. Piastri sat there in fourth. George Russell, Tsunoda, San Behrman, Hulkenberg, Leclerc having pitted. He sat there in ninth. Was your effective second position, of course. Alonso in 10th. Sees out your points scoring positions, most probably one stop with a red and yellow. I think that's the way they're going through, especially if past his prologue. That's the strategy that won last year, isn't it? A cheeky medium red. Matt's just gone, oh no, he's just got to manage it here. This is easy money, eh? Leclerc started on 3 or 4, right? Yeah, I think they were 2 lap old. I think there were scrubs definitely. 2 or 3 laps. Medium should do at least 35. Huh. He wants to bet Stroll will cause a safety car. Rarely, never a safety car around it. Not a proper, never a red flag. 29% chance of a safety car if past his prologue. Why Lewis didn't attack Norris when Charles was backing up Norris? I think he was, not for want of, not for trying. Like he was, I don't think he wasn't trying, but. Max White to go for Sauce. Slow pit stop from Haas, 4 seconds or 3.1 even. Felt a lot slower. Did Leclerc allow Norris to pass? Leclerc did not allow Norris to pass. I think Lando forced it finally. I know the stats. Listen, I apologise for the stats. There's nothing I can do at the moment, sadly. As far as the stats are concerned, I don't know why they're behind. He wasn't able to get into DRS range, true. It is vintage Max Verstappen territory. Why am I so far bloody behind on my thing? Too far behind, but whatever. Seems a bit of a snoozer. F1 TV is running like crap today. Everything's all over the place. What else would you expect from F1 TV at this point? You know what I mean? Just the bloody SH1T show. Maybe once Apple come to the fore, their $20 million per year that they're looking to invest. Remove it, no use. I'll leave it up there so you guys can. 11 laps behind. Behave yourself. 6. Once it's miles off. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I've got it's bonkers, Adrian. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, lap 26, 30 left on the dock. Oof. Bloody no, chill out, Charles. Charles just nailing himself Hulkenberg for a cheeky 8th place. He's got to go some, hasn't he here, Charles? To make sure that when Lando comes in, go on, let's we can do something here, some cheeky maths. Go on, let's have a gander. So, .6 seconds is the pit stop loss. 20.6 seconds. What's the delta between Charles and Lando? 26 laps gone. Matt says tyres are becoming tricky. Maybe the conditions are changing just a tad. It's getting warmer. Max can come out now ahead of 20.6 seconds remaining. Please check in the settings. If you have something called multi-viewer option and see if that. Setting. No, I'm not going to mess about with that. No, I appreciate you, Edgar. I appreciate you, Jack. In the F1 TV settings for your account, Cam. We'll deal with it after. F1 TV settings for your account. No. We'll go again next time, promise. Ignore the scoreboard, it's frozen. Yeah, frozen. I'm a bit behind on the scoreboard. Don't sleep on $30 million man, Russell. It will close for chart, but he did manage long and so go on then. What are we looking at here? What have we got here? In the Kevin Hart voice, doing an impression of The Rock. 28 laps are in the bags. Currently then, I want to try and work out where's Charles Leclerc to Lando. Come on, let's get some timings up. Georgie's coming, look at that. All of a sudden, George up to 5th. Ominous. As Charles Leclerc sives for another one. That's Ollie Behrman in the books. 1.7. 8.9, so that's 9. 10.4. 15.6. $21. No, he's got plenty. He's got plenty. Probably got about a second in hand as Charles. Grand Schlem, of course. What else would you expect? Driver of the day. No, Charles has been nailing it, to be fair to him. Said through gritted teeth. But I mean, if Max Verstappen nails this as he's nailing it, can you not give it to I'll show you podcast six laps behind. I don't know, Alan. There's nothing that I can do. I'm not going to repeat myself on that. Sadly, that's it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do at this stage. Leclerc going to be hurting last 10 laps. 19 or 20 seconds behind. I'm more than that. Lando comes out next to Leclerc if he pits that. No. So remember, it's 20.6 seconds that you need. Unless, of course, McLaren drop the ball on the pit stop again, as they have done so frequently this year. 6.7. Oh, 20.6, nearly 21 seconds is the delta. They're going to have to pit Lando soon here because the Charles Leclerc undercut is working. It is working here. Bloody no, Charles Leclerc's not messing around here. Goes round the outside of Tsunoda-san. Chill out, Tsunoda-san, eh? Don't oversteer into this Charles fella. He's on a spin. Remember, Charles Leclerc Lando will need 20.6 seconds as a delta between him and Charles Leclerc if he's to pit and come out with track position. Charles Leclerc is definitely in for driver of the day. Do the math. It's less than 20, but no, not yet. 20.6. It's just more than 20.6 if you do the maths. I think 7.1, 12.2, 13.5, 13.5 plus 8. Here we go, Tsunoda-san. 21.5 is the delta, chat. He needs 20.6. I can't, Benny Lee. There's nothing that I could do. You're going to make me lose my ish. How many times do I have to say? Sadly, I'm not in control of the metrics on either side of your screen, so they're delayed. Unless we're going to end the stream. Do you know what I mean? We've got to pin a message saying that you're aware of the leaderboard. I can't, good. I don't know how to do. I'm too technically... it is what it is. It is what it is. Oscar told Russell is within the undercut range. Would you prefer to pit on first onto a soft or let him go and have to pass on track? Probably go first. Wow. Why didn't they leave it? Because Yuki doesn't have speed by Kem. That's the problem. Let's go, Charles. Get out the way, Tsunoda. I know, yeah, true. Tsunoda-san's just but he doesn't know. Tsunoda-san's off soon anyway. Looking Cam thinking Norris will have the perfect stop. I mean, he might need it. It's ambitious, but he's got to go some. 1,600 of you watching could currently do me a favour and smash the like. I am aware that the metrics on either side of your screen are delayed to the tune of 2 or 3 laps. About that, there is nothing that I can do, sadly. Do me a favour though, if you like the stream, then like the stream. 1,700 of you watching concurrently. Here he goes, Oscar Piastri pits. All eyes on the pit stop, don't mess it up, McLaren. Okay, nicely, 2.3, proper for once. Charles Leclerc's in pit distance now. Going to come out ahead. Look, he's on a charge, ain't he? Look at that. You are too right. .4 is the delta. Remember, Lando needs 20.6. So it sounds like Lando is going to have to do an overtaking manoeuvre again. Good luck with that, Lando Norris, when Charles Leclerc is in this mode. T-minus 25 laps left on Zidokit Z. You're a legend. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. 1,500 of you watching concurrently. This is going to get techie things. Max Verstappen as the whip hand. Matt starts 2.5 seconds. He's struggling with tyres, isn't he, Max? But I mean, he's got wiggle room as Max. Do you know what I mean? I think they're looking to make sure they can bring him out into some clean air. Whereas Matt's looking to pop back out. Or pop back out ahead of George for now. But behind Lewis. It's almost like he needs to outlast Lewis. Wait for Lewis to pit and then come in after him. You don't want to be in the dirty air of anyone. Sauce for Lewis potentially. There we go. George comes in. Not George, excuse me, Sir Lewis. Just watching Lewis. Oh, Lewis does put softs on. There you go. Oof. 2.6 second pit stop. Not bad. Bloody Nora. What's Lando doing here then? He's going to have to make a move on Charles. Oh, the humanity. What is going on? Oh. Oh, and brief. How do you like yourself some F1? This is a bit too nerve-wracking for me, I'll be honest with you. It's all about Lando and it's all about Charles. Damn, Lando's sliding around Leclerc right there for the second place, eh? Lando's going to have to do that overtaking minute. So go on and riddle me this, chat. If McLaren knew that Lando Norris was having such difficulty with Charles Leclerc, why didn't they just match him? Why didn't they match him? You're telling me that no, probably the undercut was already pulled, right? No, I don't buy that because no, they had time. That's 10 seconds again. He's not blinking. Tell me, chat, why didn't they pit Lando Norris when he had a delta in hand to Charles? Lando Norris has been told box now, but he's going to come out behind. Lando's going to have to do... Flipping Nora, what is going on? Lando Norris a bit of a 3 point something, 3.8, longer pit stop as well. Flipping Nora, Chiba. I don't understand. If Lando Norris had time, just mirror him. Another bad stop. Softs wouldn't that true. This is true. The softs wouldn't last. You are right. No, I stand down. I'm so over it, says Easy G. 3.86. Yeah, they lack physical stamina, don't they? Come out now and look. Charles Leclerc. Lando's 4 seconds behind him. What are they doing? It's the battle, of course, for second position. George Russell going long, of course, in the hopes that potentially there's a safety car. 29%, George, do you know what I mean? Winging a prayer, sir. Destroying your race if there's not one, George, but that's not like you. Oh my gosh, Lando, flat spots. Fudge. Cheeky mistake. Cheeky mistake. Scorecard, abso-flipping-lutely. Grand Schlem. I mean, he's not bad, this Max fella. He'll go. Look at Max bloody sliding through the... all eyes on the Red Bull pit stop. Do not drop the ball, Red Bull. Quick. 2 seconds something. 2-1. 2-6. Don't hate that. Take that. Charles will come in 5 seconds behind Max. Don't hate that. 2.6 for Max. Don't hate that at all. I was worried. I had visions of Jonathan Wheatley leaving and then all of a sudden the bloody red light doesn't work and all of a sudden Red Bull aren't Red Bull, but no, they got it done. 2.6 safe. Didn't need to be blitzkrieg quick. They just needed to not make any mistakes. George Russell 2.5 something, 2.3. Papaya rules, biggest cliche in F1. I mean, they're making it interesting. You can't write it, eh? Everybody's watching and tuned in. My missus was at the gym this morning in the coffee shop and everybody was talking about Oscar and Lando, and I don't like Lando. I don't warm to Lando as much as I warm to Sir Lewis. There's something about him that I don't... Not my words, Easy G. Those in my missus's gym. He used those tyres dry. Good stop for George. Letting Oscar pit first. So everybody's pitted. Bloody Nora, I've just checked. Carlos Sainz DNF. What a shame. Grand Slam, baby. Why does my fucking... That's so annoying. Brundle gets techie with Pirelli. The hard compound tyre business hasn't worked. Miss out C2, whatever. Everybody still does a soft and medium tyre stuff. Little Kimmy on the fastest lap of the race. I'm really upset, chat, that my at my old multi-view. Oh! Flipping Nora. Holy smoke. Yuki managing to miss the horse of Ollie Behrman. You know, I looked at that and I thought that was a Red Bull. I'm not even gonna. Well, it was a Red Bull, wasn't it? Flipping Nora. So I thought that was Max for a second. Did not want that at all. That could have been a safety car, eh? Fudge cake. Yuki, just chill out, mate. What's the point? Can't do that, Yuki. Yeah, you can't do that, Yuki. 5-second penalty incoming for Yuki Tsunoda, which might be significant because that could take the fella out the points when all is said and done. He was tracking before in effective 10th, wasn't he? Now Tsunoda-san is in 7th. You think Yuki's all right, Viacam? He wants to hope that he's all right because they're set to announce his future and where that lies as at the end of the Mexican Grand Prix. Per Dr. Helmut Marko, 2,300 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like, please. If you like the stream, then like the stream. I understand my metrics are all over the shop, but I make no apologies for it because I'm a technical noob and can't work it out. Too late to shut the door. Don't move around in the braking zone. Moore says, do it. Bearman trying to overtake on the inside. What was he thinking? You can't move like that in the braking zone. It's too late. Maximilian Verstappen, goat. Techie. You have to move under braking there to make the next apex. You should be holding 7th. Really, Biocam? If it looked a bit aggressive to me, I've got to be honest. There was zero room to back. No room at the overtake Yuki Tsunoda in. Maybe. No, it's not a good pit stop, is it really? Let's be honest. Yuki to Super Formula potentially. He'll struggle. Or Aston Martin reserve driver, some are saying now. Lewis isn't bad today. No, he's not been bad at all. He's not been bad at all. Fending off Oscar Piastri, that's worthy of mention in and of itself. I'd love for him to nail Norris, but I don't think he's got the speed in the car. Just an incident of the race. 1.3 seconds. Lando Norris is already tracking down modern day Jean Alesi in 2nd. Charles Leclerc, therefore, is going to have to fend off. He's going to have to do a Max Verstappen the other day, right? He's going to have to fend off a fire-breathing dragon in Lando Norris for 20 laps. We have ourselves a race. Indeed. Popov-san, we have ourselves a race and it's going to get techier than techier. But I'm here for it. 1,700 of you watching Kokori, do me a favour and smash the like. It's what we're here for, chat. It feels like 2025 has all of a sudden come alive under the aegis of a cheeky love kiss between Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Lando can't afford another track infringement though. That's an important. He can't afford to take any more risk, Dr. Fistus, because he's going to get himself a cheeky 5 seconds, and that drops him way down. Look at that. Well, ahead of Lewis for now, at least. I mean, that's may as well go for it then, right? If the 5 seconds drops you down nowhere, still in 3rd, still down to 3rd, then you may as well go for it, right? 1,500 of you watching Kokori, do me a favour if you like the stream, like the stream. He's going to do Charles Leclerc from 30 minutes ago, to be honest. Good stuff. What lap is it now, really? 37. 19 left on the docket. Apologies for everything's chaos. There's nothing that I can do, but we move. Charles must defend. Some sugar in Piastri's fuel. Lando's definitely picking up one track limit. I think so, but he can afford to pick up one. But he has to understand that a 5 second, then it's done. Ham had to close that gap when he had the opportunity. So John, you're a legend. What a great race week. It's not been bad, eh, Sir John? Like the blue touch paper. Peak F1, not quite, but nearly 5 second track limit penalty for Lando incoming. Go on then, let's get that. 44% of you think that Charles Leclerc has P2 well within his graph. 32% of you say Lando Norris. It's going to get techie. Why do my phones keep flipping? I'm going to lose my mind here in a minute. Lando sliding around too much. Being imprecise with his automotive pugilistic language, is Lando. 38 laps left in the books. Excuse me, 38 laps are in the books. 18 remaining. It was, I don't think it was an insane pit stop, Amir. I think it was a good one. 2.6 seconds, all it needed to be. Black and white flag. Jeez. Go on, Lando. Lando, Alex Albon, black and whites both. No more track limits for either, lest they wish to incur a cheeky 5-second penalty. And of course, mate, it's a great race weekend. No, it's not been bad, Angela? So John's on to something. Leclerc has to defend hard. 1 track limit violation from Norris. Leclerc basically gains 5 seconds, 100%. I think he'll be all right. He struggled to get it done, did Lando. He's on them softs, isn't he? Yeah, he's on them softs. He's on them softs. Soft versus mediums. That means that Lando needs to front load for this, because his softs aren't going to get any fresher as we encroach upon the last 17 laps of this round 19. Play's choking on. Everybody's all over the place today. I don't know what's going on. Cam, what's up with top 5? I can't see at the moment. I'm having to talk through you, sir. What is the top 5? Oh, sorry, Andy. Runners and riders with T-minus 17 laps left on the docket. 39 are in the books. Max Verstappen leads 6.8 seconds down the road from Charles Leclerc, who is on mediums, the only medium runner of the top 10. Charles Leclerc 6.5 seconds behind Max Verstappen. Lando is a second behind Charles Leclerc, well within the DRS now of modern day Jean in second. Then you've got Lewis in 4th, Piastri from George Russell, Tsunoda-san, Hulkenberg, Behrman, and Alonso rounds out your point scoring positions. 11th to 19th looks like this. Lawson, Stroll, Ocon in 13th, Antonelli, Gasly, Albon, Hajar, Colapinto, Bortoletto, DNF, Carlos Sainz. It's all about Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc, by the way, on mediums. Just needs to fend him off. I think Charles Leclerc. Who have you got then, chat? For this second place again, who have you got? I'm going to get the bloody thing out again. It's bubbled this race, but it hasn't popped. Shaw has helped Max 100%. Jomo, legendary settings always, mate. I appreciate you. Do appreciate you. Nice gains on the corners, but speed zones, Ferrari's fair. It's got that crazy torquey engine, hasn't it? Look at Lando's pushing it. Look at this. Mark Webber says there's nothing wrong with Oscar. He's lost a few points, but let's not get too recency bias. No. Lose podium is unlikely. Unless Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris come together, but anything can and usually does happen in this weird and wacky world. There is the F that ones. No. Norris Leclerc. What's the delta? Keep the time posted. 0.630. I apologise. I keep reading it out because I know the metrics. I know. Oh my gosh. Lando says, yeah, man. Tyres are gone. Charles Leclerc has the whip hand, therefore 80% of you concur. We are 16 laps left. The delta between Max and Charlotte for first and second, 6.7 seconds. Lando Norris, 1 second as near as makes no difference. DRS, bloody Nori. Imagine Charles gets this. That's techie. Never meet your heroes. Leave Lance alone. See Norris gets close in corners. But then, yeah, the engine talk of that Ferrari's is techie. Tyres gone. You did say Biocam. He would have to get it done quickly. Go away, Crofty. Crofty Norris. What's going on? Just how are his tyres going? I think he's doing a Lewis Hamilton. My tyres are gone, Bono. My tyres are gone. I think he's bluffing. Potentially with a view to lure Charles Leclerc into a false sense of security. He's still going quick, isn't he? The delta between Charles Leclerc in second and Lando Norris in third, 0.645 as at the time of writing. Max needs to do an FL attempt to hit a fastest lap to get the Grand Slam. I'm not sure it's worth the risk. Imagine he goes for the Grand Slam, for which you get 0 points, and then ends up in the barrier. I wouldn't do, but Max probably will, because he likes himself a cheeky Grand Slam. Charles Leclerc, you're right, Biochemical, or whoever was saying it in the chat, that the Ferrari's torquey engine sees it just out-accelerate the McLaren on the exit of these turns, but up until the apex, the MCL39 has the whip hand, doesn't it? 1,500 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. 42 laps, T-14. Delta between your second and third place driver is 1.4 seconds. Lando Norris has dropped out of the DRS zone on the chap in front, Charles Leclerc, modern day Jean, lazy techie. Runners and riders, Max leads from Charles, Norris, Hamilton, Piastri in fifth, Russell from Sonoda-san, Hulkenberg, Behrman, and Fernando Alonso rounds out your point scoring positions. Cameron, thank you for being our family, Anna. That you're a legend, Edgar. I appreciate you saying that, mate. We're trying out here. Do you know what I mean? The technology has failed me massively. Lando is dropping like crazy now. Into the grubby mitts of Lewis. No, not quite. Cameron, relax yourself, chap. 7 seconds. 7.5 seconds is the delta between Lewis and Lando. So John, that was in the offing at some point, but I think it's it's Mr. Windsor, right? Mr. Windsor would be the A side. So like I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. Because so John on the Discord, I'll share. Can Hamilton pass Lando? Can Hamilton catch Nando? Yes, is the question. I don't think he can. 8 seconds is the delta. I think he'll struggle. Remember, there's only 16 laps remaining. Max is saving tyres for that last fastest lap. Maybe. He's always partial, but it wouldn't be smart to do a fastest lap attempt. 2.5 seconds. Fifth back on. Four seem to be 5. Some say. Four seem to be 5. 40 points would be the delta between Max. If it ends as we are now, 40 points will be the delta. With 5 races remaining. 40. Chaos. Yeah, he's going to need stuff here, chap. He's going to need stuff, Max. He's going to need, like today, you know where Charles Leclerc finishes second? He's going to need for George Russell to get involved. It can't be Max finishing first and then Oscar finishing second. He's going to need more days like today. It's almost a shame from a neutral's perspective and a Max Verstappen fan's perspective that Lando and Oscar didn't do what they did in the sprint race. Today, much more points at stake, right? They only lost 8 points yesterday. No harm, no foul. Wasn't the end of the world, was it? Not really. Messi slabs, you're a legend. I hope George, or Mekki Slaus, excuse me. I hope George makes Max's relative point game bigger. There you go. There you go. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Max will need favours per Dr. Helmut Marko, and favours looks like everybody else getting involved, taking points off of the one that they call OJP. 2K, we're getting there, Hannibal. It's happening, eh? And I'm grateful. Audio cam. Dynamite. You guys tell me if my audio is a bit weird. 1700 if you're watching Kokoda, do me a favour. If you like the stream, like the stream. 44 laps in the books, 12 remaining. This is going to get techie. Max Verstappen leads Charles Leclerc to the tune of 6.7 seconds. Driver of the day. We've got to get that vote out, haven't we? Oh, Lando saying that he doesn't have the grip. He's going to fall into the clutches of Sir Lewis, but Sir Lewis is on the softs as well, eh? The delta between Lando and Lewis, 6.5 seconds. Thank you, Z, you're a legend. Appreciate you, Dynamite. Something going on. YouTube, everything's all over the place. No, that audio crap was from the broadcast, not you. Okay, cool. Cheers, Chiba. Thanks, guys, for letting me know. You forgive me for having technological paranoia, given what's going on the left and the right, eh? If Lando can't win, then Oscar can't win either. It feels like that. Again, refresh your memory of all the things that Zach said once upon a time, right? we are checking plan A, plan B, plan C, but they have. Ted Kravitz says they've got it spot on today. They've nailed him. Soft, medium. Was this to get him in front. This almost vindicates Red Bull's choice. No, he can't win this. I don't know about that, Miami. That's a bit too much. But it was second for sure. He's definitely in the offing. 87% of you think Charles Leclerc has got second nailed. And I don't hate it. I think he's rather getting the strike for once, do you know what I mean? But even a broken clock gets it right twice a day. Not to diminish their achievement today, because they've nailed it. On the back of John Elkann's statement, the race is done now, says Oscar. I mean, I've said that before, broken clock settings. I've said that before, and then all of a sudden in the last 5 races, last 5 laps even, something happens and it gets chaotic. Go on then, let's get a cheeky. So Charles for P2, 87% of you say, 13% of you think Lando might be able to do something. Right, let's get a driver of the day vote out. Time for a reset, says Martin Brundle. Look forward to Mexico. Well, we'll get news of whether Tsunoda's son will be a Red Bull racing driver for next year. Techie. Oh, wow. Go on, you guys let me know. There's some outliers as far as this driver of the day stuff. Interesting. Off, don't say it, yes. 2026 potentially though. It's that poll of heartache, 20 to 80%. Why isn't Lewis catching up? Because I don't know. Because he's normally brilliant around here, is he? This is Charles. I don't know what that means. Umont, your verbiage outdoes you and me. Mineralic formal presentation. Umont, you've made a mug of me. My vocab bends the knee to yours. Do you know what I mean? 1,600 of you. Do me a favour, if you like the stream. Don't like the stream. I'm a huge Max fan, but Leclerc's defensive drive, he was good today, wasn't he, Skullcow? He was really, really good. I don't hate that. 1,700 of you watching concurrently. I'm grateful ad nauseum to each and every single one of you. Smart. Charles Minerals, there we go. Like, what's him much on about? No, Charles isn't a bad driver. He's not a bad peddler. He's decent. Max, George, Charles, OJP, Lando. Potentially. Maybe that's too crude. Maybe I'm being a bit controversial there for no reason. I'm becoming more of a believer in the Max Verstappen comeback. If we finish where we are now, the gap is down from 55 points to 40. Chaos. With 5 to go. Wow. I mean, it's all about how well Oscar. What are minerals? Minerals are like the materials, the stuff that he's made from, right? That Ferrari, what is going on? I know Ferrari. I mean, check the plank after the race, though. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't it be the first time that a Ferrari's been DNF'd after a cheeky US Grand Prix? You guys let me know. You guys, 55% of you think Charles is dry. I mean, it's a good drive from Charles. It's when you are the difference, I think. That's when 2 sprints also, but there's not much. I don't count them. It's only 8 points, right? Cam noticed no drivers go. I know, quite deliberately, eh? And you'd have thought, especially like Liam Lawson and all these, half of their misses are based out of the States, right? Los Angeles settings. So, Apple TV setting, we're watching a race. True, interesting. You're not going to get one so quickly after the backlash. Leclerc, Hamilton for driver of the day. Bloody Nora, that's 35% Charles Leclerc. I don't hate that. Leclerc needs to remember that Norris gets a 5-second penalty for driving off the track. Don't think he's got one yet, though. Russell on Piastri. Good shout, Ted. Oof. Oh my gosh. Go on then, George. 2.8 seconds in the Delta as Lando starts to close on Charles Leclerc as well. He's encroaching on DRS. Last gasoline from Lando. McLaren's still fastest car with 100%. 100%. Mini Filiec. 100,000%. Actually, I tried to throw 4 different drivers overtakes today. 100%. And as they should be, Michael. Show us some F1. Do you think we're here to see, as beautiful as the WAGs are, do you know what I mean? Catwalk models, one and all. Instagram successes. Like, we're here to watch some Formula 1, surely. 49 laps in the books, 7 left to go. Your runners and riders look something like this. Max Verstappen leads. What the hell? Max Verstappen leads from Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Sir Lewis, Piastri, George Russell, Tsunoda-san, Hulkenberg, Behrman and Alonso rounds out your top 10 point scoring positions. If it finishes as we are, big if, lest we forget George Russell desperately trying to close in on Oscar Piastri, 2.7 seconds adrift. If it finishes as is, the points delta between Oscar leading the driver's standings in 2.5 and Max in third diminishes from 55 points to 40 points. Oh, the humanity. And bloody, what's going on here? Annoying. Charles Leclerc ready to defend. Look at that. Charles Leclerc just setting up Lando Norris. He's got all of his battery ready to go. Yeah, Norris should be angry. Because again, I feel like he sees defeat a little bit from the jaws of victory. Quickest car and struggling to get Charles Leclerc and a Scuderia Ferrari. 6 laps remaining. 0.5 seconds. Teach you about compounding equity in stocks and bonds. Let's go. We are checking. Norris is getting ballsy. He can afford a 5-second penalty. He can afford one. True. But Charles Leclerc will know that he can afford. It's weird. It's this weird Mexican standoff thing. Isn't it? 1,400 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. Lando sends it on the inside. And he's hard on the brakes as well, but not hard enough. Charles Leclerc pulls off the switch back really nicely. It's a bit clever, this Charles Leclerc chap, I'll be honest with you. He's not bad, Charles Leclerc, at the moment. He's being quite savvy, isn't he? I do not hate that he can afford a couple of penalties at this point. Lewis is nowhere, 100%. Leclerc claim back. That's how you do the switch back, eh? That is indeed. Masterclass. This is really... Why does that keep happening? Insane. The boy's phone keeps dropping on the floor and I'm annoyed. I want to focus on the last 5-6 laps of this race. Round 19, the US Grand Prix. Lando gets one down and he's not, no switch back this time round. Oh no! Charles Leclerc's not giving up though. Tries to set up a cheeky switchback, but the straight succeeding isn't long enough. Oof. Charles Leclerc again setting up another switchback. Oh no, Charles. Gutted, rizzed up. Lando Norris come off the man, eh? Dustin from Stranger Things. I did not think that he was going to be able to do that. Need a new case. Honestly, OG Zilla, that phone's dropped on the floor about 10 times and it's a brand new phone. You got Rizda. Fair play from Lando. Keep the pressure on. He's got 3 strikes. Track limits, Lando. Go on then. 5 laps remaining. Oh, Shaw. Of course, he had to go inside. He had to go inside. What are we doing here? Just bloody. I don't even know why. I don't even know what the point is at this point. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, Lando has. Yeah, he's too far back. I'm gutted. I'm a bit gutted for Charles. He's been quite good here. I feel like he deserved, if deserving in, no, I'm not pleased with that. I kind of I felt like Charles deserved that at the very least, but hey, it is what it is. I'm bored with Isaac Hadjar. Chill out, Isaac. Track limits for Lando. No way. No way. 14 points from Oscar. Oh, the humanity care, he says he watched precisely. I thought it was I think Charles took the tracks as far as he could go. No, he's been brilliant, Neil. Today he's not been bad at all. I've got to give it to him. 2,000 of you guys watching concurrently as we round third base on this round 19, the US Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc still got to get driver of the day, right? I mean, he's not been bad, to be fair. He's been the difference, even if he only gets third place around here. That Ferrari is good, but I don't think he deserved third, especially when OJP still a fire-breathing dragon on track in an MCL 3.9. What's the point? Feel gutted for Charles. Me as well, Safak. Me as well. He's been very good there. Max 5 Stappen. Oh, can you imagine if this dude does it? Can you imagine? How can you doubt, says Joe? 40 points is the delta. And I mean, would you bet against Max Verstappen winning each and every single one of the remaining 5 races? So it's up to you, OJP. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to do something. Can we vote again? No. 31 more likes. We're going to get there. You guys are legends. Oh, the humanity. We have our souls. F1 back circumstance. 2 laps to go. 3 laps. Or 2.5 to be precise. With our lingo. Stroll driver of the day. Cam, don't let British bias let Lando get away with this. No, Lando's been alright, to be fair. Lando's been alright, but he should be. I feel like that car in race pace, the general accepted consensus principle was that MCL 3.9 papaya coloured car was the quickest in race, right? Let's have a look at the delta. 8.3 seconds between Max and Lando. As we round third, Max Verstappen leads from Lando. Charles Leclerc in third. Colapinto total whole position, mate. Relax. What? Whole position? He's slow. Mate, look, you better watch your wing mirrors, Colapinto. Got a Sauber coming up on your gearbox strap. I know he does. I feel like Charles deserved that P2 also. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Couldn't bash Charles on 40 lap also. No, I believe Charles. Charles was good today. He was the difference. You had the feeling 8 seconds in the delta between your top two. Watch Lando Norris start to encroach upon Max now that he's got some clean air. Chaos. Colapinto, relax yourself, chap. Colapinto's like, hold station. What's that? Go on then. Incoming, because Gasly's going to have another nibble at him, eh? Red Bull is the fastest car on paper, but undrivable by anyone, not Max Verstappen. Simply lovely part 1, 2, 3, and 4 complete. Touche, Sir John. And too kind as always. It's going to get techie. It is going to get techie than techie things over the next 5 races. Telling you. Would you back against Max Verstappen winning each and every single one of those? Is the guy. So over to you, Oscar Piastri. It's $1,700 of you watching Kokoro. Do me a favour, smash like simply lovely. I'll tell you what that is. That's simply lovely, eh? Max Verstappen 40 points now behind Oscar Piastri in the drivers' standings, as was 55 points going into this race weekend. It is chaos. We are on the penultimate lap. He's about to go hard, isn't he, Max? Who's the hero of the race? Stroll, maybe? Charles Leclerc? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Bortoletto trying to have a go at Gasly. Chaos, chat. What are we doing here? Max is going to go. Of course, Max is going to go for it. Of course, Max is going to go for it. Afka, you're a legend, mate. I appreciate you. Properly. Out here gifting membership. And listen, if you're a brand new member, get yourself and... Look at the... Bells. get yourself over to community tab and get yourself in the Discord if, of course, you are that way inclined and a brand new elated peddler. 1,700 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour. If you like the stream, like the stream. As Maximilian Verstappen goat rounds third base. Huh. I bet he's going to... Purple Lapany. Charles says, you're welcome, Max. I know, it's a shame that he could have kept it. But I'm not even paying attention to the gap to Lando. It's all about the gap to first, right? Oof, careful with your track infringements, Max. He's going... So the George Russell and Oscar Piastri facade isn't untrue. Max Verstappen nails it. That, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what that is. That's simply lovely. Oh, the humanity. Lewis desperately trying to hang on to fourth. Why has Lewis got a puncture or why is Lewis always hanging on in the dying embers? Oscar Piastri, this is important for the championship, eh? That Lewis keeps Oscar Piastri behind him. Does it, but just barely. Look at that. Fire-breathing dragon in Oscar. So your runners and riders. Max Verstappen takes the checkered flag. That, ladies and gentlemen, is simply... lovely. Behind him, Lando Norris, 7.9 seconds adrift. Charles Leclerc finishes in third after fighting so nobly for so long. Doesn't get it done, but still a podium. Driver of the day, probably a Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton, Piastri, George Tsunoda-san, Hulkenberg. Tsunoda-san's done well, a seventh place. Decent points from Yuki. Again, maybe too little too late, though. This is the problem. Hulkenberg in eighth. Behrman in ninth. Alonso rounds out your point scoring positions in 10th. Oh, the humanity. Just needs to win an all. Oscar to be third one more time. Problem is for Oscar, I think other people are going to get involved. Mexico up next again. Warmer climb. So, but this not working the same, is it, chat? Anytime it was warm before, all of a sudden McLaren and the double brake that it would, their tyres just wouldn't deg. But now, it feels like RB21 have themselves a car. Very impressive weekend. Extremely well done. Enjoy the celebration, says GP. I'll see you in Mexico. Wow. Have a good flight back. GP clearly getting his skates on. Well done, Max. That was proper domination. Got everything this weekend. Let's try and keep this momentum up. Max Verstappen is desperately trying to fight for a championship now, and that GP is a legend, eh? RB upgrades have done well. New floor fairing, new sexiness stuff around the wing beam. Back. How do you like yourself some F1? Techier than techie things, this. When Max is this calm, you know, Red Bull holding strings. Look at Crofty getting sexy with his analogies again. Jaws, T-Rex, you know what I mean? Trying to infuse some personality into the internationally syndicated Sky Sports broadcast. It's about bloody time, Crofty. I wouldn't even say Brundle because Brundle's the colour commentator, but flipping Nora. Well done, Charles. Not too bad there. As much as I can be a bit disparaging about Charles from time to time, he's not done too badly there, has he? Prop Charles, like driver of the day by a gazillion miles. I mean, Max, if challenged, it would be a different thing, but no, he was very good with Charles there. And it looks like some of you agree. 48% of you said Max. 43% of you have said Charles. Oh, the humanity. We have divergence. We've got an argument there for was an Apple Grand Slam. I can't see who did the fastest lap. Max now one behind Jim Clark in Grand Slams. Yeah, true. Jesus, Max is actually going to do. It feels like the jigsaw pieces are coming together. Still super improbable. 40 points is the delta. 5 races to go. He's going to need, for Oscar can't just finish second every single race. He's going to need George to get involved. Charles Leclerc to chip in. Lando to chip in. But again, Lando might be becoming the risk most elect if he can keep this up. I don't know, chat. I don't know. It's going to get techie. That race was 70% Charles on screen. I know he's done well as Charles. That wasn't too bad. That was an exhibition per se from Charles Leclerc. 44 points to go. Huh. Is it 44 points? I thought it was 55. We started 55. Maybe my maths hasn't, maybe my maths isn't mathing. I thought it was 40 points, 55, 15. Max Verstappen still the top dog, says Karan Chanduk. And it would be far for me, 40 points. Go on, let's have a check here. 40. Come on. Who's saying 40? Come on, Joe. 40 points, mate. What are we doing here? Yeah, 40. Let me doubt myself. So Charles Edward Cheese, you're an absolute legend as always. Oscar killing me small. I tell you what, I don't know what's going. Will the real Oscar Piastri please stand up? Please stand up. So Charles, it's not good enough anymore, is it? Again, let's end the stream as we began it with a cheeky stat. Here's the pick to click, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. Now, as far as Oscar, in the first 9 races of the season, Oscar Piastri bagged himself 4 poles and no fewer than 5 race wins. In the 10 races subsequent, Oscar Piastri has only managed 1 pole and 2 Grand Prix wins. Therefore, I ask you guys the question this way. What has happened? I understand the financial terminology that the trend is your friend until there is a bend, but bloody hell of a bend, Oscar Piastri, as we're dying embers of F1 2025. So Charles, you're an absolute legend, sir. I'm humbled. The only thing clear is the red tyres are buns. They just dropped off. It dropped off the cliff, eh? It was too warm, too hot. So Charles, like, you can't. I don't know. So Charles, like, tyres are the tyres, right? They tried to do a thing, did Pirelli, by sacking off the C2, but it did. I don't think it worked out. And so Martin Brundle agrees. Oh, the humanity, Charles, you're a legend, chap. I'm humbled and grateful ad nauseum, such that words can't convey it. Legendary settings from Sir Charles. Again, I can't even speak. So humbled and grateful am I to your enduring support. Sir Charles, they said Oscar figured Max out. I thought he had Michael. Miami, do you remember? Checkmate in 4 moves. Like, I was convinced. Nothing doing. Oh, Sir Charles, you're far too kind, sir. All day F1 marathon cam. Oh, wait. We can't because the cars sounded like Dysons. Wide like tractors and turn like subs. Still, we need more from F1 as a spectacle. I don't disagree, Charles. You are on the money. Hopefully 2026 can go some way to addressing them. The cars will be lighter, brand new rule and regs, but it's already the managerial championships, right? They're having to chill out massively. So I don't know. I think you're onto something, Charles. Of course, they need to be better. Visceral sounds like we got in the V8 and V10 era would be nice also. But I feel like they are making progress. I don't want to riff on F1 after today's race, which was nothing if not tense. Max says we're... No, Charles is a legend of a different cat. I appreciate you, Charles, massively, mate. Words can't convey. Look at Max's face. He just looks chilled, doesn't he? The checkmate is in 4 moves. There are still 3 moves to get out of it. OG Zilla, please bring back V8s or V10s. There's not a bad podcast, OG Zilla, on that. Bring back V10s. The eponymous title. I want to see Lando Bottle in Brazil again. What we need is rain in Brazil is what we need. Can you imagine? Then it will get techie. Anytime there's rain, you know what time is? A lot of variables have to work for Max. 100%. He still needs 40 points behind with 5 to go. He'll need for the racing gods to be kind to him. A catch-up accrual of automotive pugilistic karmic justice wouldn't go amiss. And here's hoping we can get it. Listen, I'll be back in a couple of minutes with a cheeky reaction video. We'll go short or maybe a little bit longer, but it's 10 to 10 is the time in the UK, and your boy's got a long day of accounting work ahead of him. It's going to get techie. I appreciate, I shouldn't study the bloody stream talking about the 9 to 5 as we round third base, should I? Listen, I appreciate each and every single one of you to the moon and back for indulging me in my extemporaneous F1 soliloquy. I mean that in earnest. You guys are legends, one and all. Sir Charles, far too kind as usual. Sir John Perry, I appreciate you to the moon and back, each and every single one of you. You guys have been legends. You are better than what your boy Cameron CC deserves. Between now and a couple of minutes for the reaction video. Prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.